Before his death, Robert Redford revealed the shocking truth about Jane Fonda, and his words peeled back the curtain on one of Hollywood's most complex and fascinating friendships, a relationship that spanned decades of collaboration, tension, admiration, and personal honesty that fans never fully understood. Redford and Fonda first worked together in the 1960s, starring in the romantic comedy Barefoot in the Park, a film that captured their youthful energy and cemented them as one of cinema's most iconic on-screen pairings. And though their chemistry looked effortless, both later admitted that behind the cameras there were struggles, clashes of personality, and a mutual stubbornness that often led to creative tension. For years, fans suspected that the sparks they saw on screen carried into real life. But Redford finally confessed that while there was a deep bond, it was not romantic love but something even more enduring, a complicated respect that endured through changing times and personal struggles. The shocking truth, he admitted, was that he did not always like Jane during those early years, finding her outspoken activism, boldness, and intensity difficult to navigate, but he grew to admire her relentless courage, her refusal to conform, and her ability to use her platform for causes she believed in, even when it risked her career. Redford acknowledged that he himself was more reserved, preferring to stay out of the spotlight of politics, and this difference sometimes caused friction between them. Yet he admitted that over time he came to see Jane's fearlessness as one of her greatest strengths, something he envied but never fully embraced for himself. The two would reunite decades later in Our Souls at Night, a tender story of love and companionship in later life. And Redford revealed that by then, his perspective on Fonda had completely transformed. He no longer saw her as intimidating or difficult, but as one of the few people in Hollywood who had remained authentic despite the pressures of fame. The truth, he confessed, was that Jane Fonda challenged him in ways no one else did, forcing him to reflect on his own choices, his silences, and the times he avoided confrontation. And though it was uncomfortable, it ultimately made him a better man and a more thoughtful actor. Hearing Redford share this before his death left fans stunned, because it revealed a vulnerability and humility that few had seen in him, and it also reframed his entire relationship with Jane Fonda, not as a simple story of co-stars, but as a profound and sometimes difficult partnership that shaped both of their legacies. The shocking part was not that they clashed, but that beneath it all, Redford had quietly admired her courage for years, while never saying it out loud until the very end. And in revealing this, he gave fans a glimpse into the unspoken truths that often linger between two powerful people. For Jane, who herself has spoken warmly of Robert in recent years, this confession is both a tribute and a bittersweet reminder of the complexity of human relationships, where admiration and frustration can exist side by side. For fans, it is a revelation that deepens the story of two of Hollywood's brightest stars, showing that behind the glamour and the movies were real people navigating pride, ego, love, and respect. And by finally telling the truth, Robert Redford ensured that the world would see Jane Fonda not just as a co-star, but as one of the most influential and unforgettable figures in his extraordinary life.